How's it going, everybody? Thank you for tuning in again to Twin Tuitions. This is our 11th episode, and we got a very special episode coming to you guys. We're with Lost Henry. You guys want to introduce yourselves?
Yeah, I'm Landis, and I'm the one of the vocalists for Lost Henry.
Yeah, and I'm Ben. I am one of the guitar players and another of the vocalists.
Oh, yeah. Where'd you guys come down from? Or up from? Or where'd you come from?
We're Cincy based in general, but
Yeah, so I live in Bellevue, Kentucky currently, and that's where I literally came up from today to Milford to hang out with you guys, and
Glad you did.
yeah, I'm glad to be here, and yeah. And Landis, you're originally from Louisville,
yeah,
but
been a minute since I've been in Louisville, but that is where I'm from. I live in Cincy though.
yeah, I've lived in Cincy area my whole life, so yeah.
Bellevue, Kentucky. I used to go to that Darkness Brewing
Oh yeah,
from time to time.
that's right by where I live actually. So yeah, I won't say my street address live on the air, I guess, but
No doxing.
yeah. But somebody will bring up a place. I'll be out somewhere. I'll be like, I live in Bellevue, and they'll be like, oh, near this, and I'm like, yeah, near like on this street, and they're like, which block? And I'm like, this is my house number, and then the whole thing's given away. So get me going. I'll go all the way.
Yeah, drop a pin.
Yep.
Do you ever go there? You ever go to Darkness?
I do. Yes, I really like Darkness. I've been going there for a while. Here and there with some friends and stuff.
Cool. I haven't been there in a hot minute.
Still good.
need to
Still
go
really
back.
good. Yeah, it's great.
We like to start off with this question just because I think it's a pretty important thing for almost every band or solo thing that I've talked to. How'd you guys come up with the name?
So we have been a band for quite some time. We're going on, I think we're on our 9th year now, 8th or 9th, something like that. 6
Right
or
around 9, yeah.
But we met at Northern Kentucky University. We were both in the theater program, and our original practice space was a black box theater at the school called the Henry. And one night I lost my keys in there and lost Henry. That's the whole thing, yeah.
Yeah.
But it's just carried on from there. There's not really a real Henry, but we've been known to say we're all Henry, and yeah.
I like
Yeah.
that. Yeah, that's cool. And what genre would you place yourselves in?
We're mostly emo and punk, kind of those general areas. We do a lot of different stuff. We like to throw weird instruments into the mix as well. We've got some mandolin stuff, some saxophone stuff too. So
Yeah.
we really just we kind of approach it as we want to make kind of weird art that speaks to us and resonates with us, and we would want to listen to. So
Yeah, a vast array of influences for sure. So everybody is a different end of some sort of spectrum, and yeah, what that ultimately seems to come out to is like that emo punk sound. But everybody's always bringing something different to the table. So yeah,
I really liked the two tracks that I heard. So how many how many members are in the band?
a 5.
5.
Yeah.
Same with us.
Nice. Okay.
Yeah. So again, you said you have a lot of influences. Was there like one particular? So I mean, you may have already answered this, but so you didn't go in being like, we want to sound like X, Y, or Z more. I mean, everybody has a bunch of those, but sometimes there'll be like one where it's like, this is what we were shooting for when we started.
Maybe at the beginning there was something a little bit more concrete with that. Like I said, we've been doing this for almost 10 years now. So I think back then we were definitely a little bit more kind of pop punk influenced on that. But
Yeah.
even from our first performance, we were kind of channeling some. I don't know. I'd say post-hardcore sort of, but I'd say like on the first recording of Keep You Alive, like that one forever ago, it was very I don't know, Being as an Ocean's kind of a crazy name drop. I don't know if that means anything to anybody, but I was really influenced by that band at the time. La Dispute, I don't know if
Yeah.
I've heard that one.
yeah.
It was definitely kind of
like melodic hardcore,
Yeah.
but then also we had some like straight up just fully pop punk songs too. So
Yeah, and when I joined the band, because I joined shortly after it formed, and I was the 5th member of the band, and that completed the lineup at the time. And prior to Lost Henry, I had played in very much like a pop punk band, probably leaned a little bit more into the pop side of things, and so that it was still what I really liked. And in many ways, to be honest, I still really like that sound. You know, I still dig a lot of pop punk for sure. Yeah, so at the time, I think that, you know, Fall Out Boy, All Time Low, at the start of the band, once I joined, that's kind of like our first EP, ultimately sounded more like that. And then, you know, as it's morphed now, it's kind of gotten more into like, I don't know, it's hard to think of good examples now of like.
well,
you know.
it's also like you said, we're all on so many
Yeah.
different sides of things, and our lineups changed a good amount too. I'd say that Ben and I have been the two very consistent members throughout, but our original lineup, Ben and I are only the only original members left.
original members, yeah.
However, the lineup that we've had now, I mean, I'm pretty sure Ben and Patrick have been in it longer than our original players ever were.
Yeah,
so,
I think they were. Yeah, or they have been.
for
Yeah.
sure. Yeah, but I mean, yeah, we love everything, and like you said, Fall Out Boy. I'm always gonna love Fall Out Boy. Always,
Yeah.
huge influence on me too.
So I always try to listen to a couple songs at
Yeah.
least before we have bands come in, and I listen to Killing Spree and Misfit.
Cool.
Those are the top 2 songs on YouTube Music.
Okay.
Oh, nice. Okay.
And when I listened to it, I mean, I thought these guys kind of sound like. I mean, there's different things in there, but one of the things that popped out to me was Newfound Glory.
Yeah, I've heard that before. Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Newfound Glory.
Especially with Misfit, I can totally
Yeah.
see, and really Killing Spree too.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah. Killing Spree's got some of that in there too. Misfit is actually a perfect example of the
Yeah.
era we started with. So that song is, I think we finished it in 2018. So that song is
Yeah.
damn near getting about 10 years old now too.
I think for better or worse, Landis does sound like Chad. That's his name, right? Yeah. Just a little bit.
Not quite as high.
For sure.
But
It's
I'm a tenor.
similar-
I'm a
yeah.
tenor.
It's
Yeah.
a similar
Ain't nothing wrong with
style,
it.
and there's nothing wrong with it.
No.
But yeah, we call it what it is.
Yeah, absolutely. But Killing Spree, yeah, is a little bit more indicative of kind of what we're doing now. That is the one we mentioned too, of like it has a mandolin on it, which Ben plays on there too.
Yeah, I got into like a folk/country kick a few years ago, and I've kind of still been there, you know, just embracing my Kentucky roots and, you know, yeah, going to the state parks and stuff with my dad and my mom, you know, as a kid and stuff, and really being in like nature and exploring the state a lot and stuff, and always hating that music growing up. It kind of got to a point where I was like, man, it's not all that bad.
Well,
not all of it anyway.
And
So,
I think we also, I mean, we both do love a lot of like that stripped back country. Like we're big on Tyler Childers.
Yes,
But
absolutely. Yeah.
another mandolin drop. We're both huge Goo Goo Dolls fans.
Yeah.
So I mean, you know, he's got that there. Too, a little
Absolutely,
bit.
yeah. I've been a Goo Goo Dolls fan for a long, long time. I think I'm always, you know, trying to bring like a little bit of microdose of Goo Goo Dolls. I'm always microdosing the Goo Goo Dolls. Yeah.
So like full era Goo Goo Dolls, because I know like they were a punk band.
Oh yeah,
back in
I
the
love
day,
it all,
weren't
man.
they? Yeah.
They're, if we're talking Goo Goo Dolls and we're getting into the nitty gritty, my favorite album is probably Gutter Flower. I'm a big CD collector, and that lives in my car. But Big Machine, the first song on that album, I think is one of the best album openers ever.
Was that the one after, what was it, Dizzy the
So
Up Girl or whatever?
Dizzy
was
Up
that?
the Girl, and then I want to say there's maybe one in between. Sorry if you're a Goo Goo Dolls listener and you're like, man, this guy's so wrong. But
No, I feel like such a fake fan. You're bringing up
Gutter
like,
Flower, dude.
yeah.
You gotta listen to Gutter Flowers. Gutter Flower only had one song really take off on it, and it's not a bad song, but it's Sympathy. It's like an acoustic ballad, but some of it's just like, it's just some great 2000s power
Yeah.
pop. Yeah.
If that came out before Iris, I guess that's where
It was a
they.
little after.
Oh, it was
actually.
after.
Yeah, a little
Okay,
after,
interesting.
yeah.
And some of those odd albums like that can be the best ones,
For
like,
sure.
regardless of genre.
Yeah.
Like,
Mhm.
because there's two that come to mind for me. My favorite band of all time is Pink Floyd.
Oh, word.
And
Nice.
My and I love The Dark Side of the Moon and The Wall, but my
Mm.
two favorite albums, one's technically not by Pink Floyd, but my favorite Pink Floyd album, I said this on the last podcast, is Momentary Lapse of Reason. It's the one with
Okay.
the beach. You're at like the shore of the beach, and there's all these beds like lined up, and it's just like, as far as spatial sound and all the stuff that I feel like they kind of invented, they really like lean into it on that one. It's a very ethereal, slow kind of. It's less rocky, but it's more trippy, I think, and I really like it for that reason. Then the other one, Syd Barrett was the original singer of Pink Floyd.
I honestly, I'm uninformed on a lot
So-
of Pink Floyd. I'll
Well,
have to dig
it's
in.
an interesting story, so and I won't go through the whole thing. I'll just give you the rundown. So Syd Barrett was the lead singer of Pink Floyd back when they were more mainstream and they first got popular, and they were all doing drugs, a lot of psychedelics, and it was
Of
that
the
it was
time.
that time,
Yeah.
Yeah.
and what they didn't know was that Syd Barrett had undiagnosed schizophrenia, and he ended up like catatonically psychotic from doing all that, like all
Like it
of
weighed on him.
all that hallucinogenics, and he lost his mind. He ended up like having to go stay in a ward for like most of his life, and he like showed up to one of their recording sessions. I think it was on Dark Side of the Moon. I'm not sure, but the album I'm talking about is called The Madcap Laughs. It's the last like professional thing that he put out, and it's a solo thing, just him playing guitar with no Pink Floyd or anything, because they had kicked him out of the band at that point because he was losing his mind. And and I love the album. It's honestly not a very pleasant listen because he was losing his mind at the time, and it's just not very good. But when you know the story behind it, it's so interesting to listen to and like look at the cover art and stuff like that because of where he must have been.
Somebody in a dark place making the best of what they got too. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
sounds like it.
Yeah.
I think aura is a big thing too. You can kind of just feel, even if it's not like objectively good art or anything, you can kind of feel the passion behind something. And like you said, the story, that will really go a long way to kind of give like just this feel to something. So yeah, I totally can see where you're coming from with that. And I'm going to have to give that a listen. I didn't know any of that, to be honest, I've definitely listened to some Pink Floyd, but, probably just the hits or whatever, so... Yeah, that's cool, though.
So I'm interested, and you guys said you were theater majors.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm interested in kind of you guys elaborating more on that. So you started out, I guess, in high school doing high school theater.
Yeah.
And then
Yeah, so we we both went to theater college, so we're degree carrying theater kids.
Oh,
yeah.
Actually, yeah.
like
We
on
are
the
theater kids by
yeah,
trade.
performance side.
Performance
Ben and I actually met in a play. Yeah,
Yeah,
I was,
Landis played my dad.
I was playing his
Yeah.
dad. Yes, I had a Welsh accent. I will not be doing it tonight.
Oh.
I no, thank you. Don't
Yeah.
do you
Oh.
want to do your Irish?
No, it's okay.
It was this play
faded
called
away.
same. Dancing at Lunasa.
Yeah.
And it was put on at Northern Kentucky University. Phenomenal director, Daryl Harris. treasure that, man. But it was a play.
It was
happened.
really cool. Yeah. I loved that play. I was like the narrator for it and stuff, and so I was on stage the entire time of that show because it was like going back in like my character's memory, and so I had to like remember in the story my like daddy issues with Landis's character always, running away from my mom and stuff.
Did you guys get into the method acting?
Oh.
Taking it off stage.
Yeah, we screamed at each other in the dressing room. Yeah, mostly me screaming and crying, and then him just being like,
Hey, well,
"You're a stupid son."
While we're on Dancing at Lunasa, though, just because I feel like we don't really talk about it or get a chance to talk about it. I think the first time Ben and I really started talking to each other, I think was that African dance workshop. Yeah, do you remember that?
I remember.
Yeah, I know, loaded. So Dancing at Lunasa, I'm not gonna like get into all of the lore of this play, but our director at the time, his name's Daryl Harris. He's really just an amazing director. Very focused in African American theater. And we had this workshop because one of the characters in the play had some ties back to African folklore and dancing and stuff.
Oh, that's right.
So on like some Saturday in October of this year, like again about a decade ago, we went and we did this big African dance workshop, and we had some break around, and I knew Ben was kind of.
Bet you guys fit right in.
Oh
right?
yeah, well, we're very.
You were like their main demographic.
Oh well, we're very open to all those theater experiences too. We're both very just artsy fartsy. So, but I remember on one of our breaks, I sat down with Ben and I was like, hey, you kind of like some of the same music as me, right? I think the one you were really into at the time was 21 Pilots.
Yeah, I'll always be a big 21 Pilots fan.
And I did like them,
to be
but
honest.
we talked Linkin Park because I was always a new metal kid.
Love Linkin.
Yeah, I'm
Linkin
sure,
Park. I like 21 Pilots too, though.
Yeah. But that was kind of how we connected, and then eventually, band later.
Yeah,
but
it was a very unique path that we have continued to be on for the last 10 years together. And so there was obviously a lot to talk about like when we did first start talking. But I completely forgot about that African dance workshop. I remember we went to like an Irish one too. You remember that? That was over in like Columbia, Tusculum.
I think
area.
I was exempt from that because I think Daryl looked at me and he was like, "You play a Welshman, so you wouldn't know."
Oh, okay.
So I was like, "Okay, yeah."
That was the one I thought of at first, and I was like, I barely even remember that. But then you brought up that one, and I was like, I don't even remember where we went for that.
That one was in it's kind of over by Bogart's Vine Street, that area.
Oh,
I don't remember the name of the studio, but very nice people. Very nice.
Completely forgot.
So I had one more question, and I'll hand it over to you. But I do want to bring this up because this is the first time that we've ever. So it's our 11th episode. This is the first time that we've had running cameras, and that's perfect because I just had a thought, and I want to, the listeners, you guys can comment and tell me if you agree. Whichever camera you're looking from or that we have it edited onto at this part, I want to move it over to Landis because I think you look like Luka Doncic a lot
like
in the
who?
face. It's a basketball player.
Oh,
Luka Doncic for the Lakers. I think go like this. Like the foul call, he's looking for the foul call.
Does he need the hat off?
Yeah,
Would
is
that
he
help?
bald? Because I'm bald.
He's not bald, but he's got really short hair. So
okay.
I mean, it's not. But I do think you look like him.
Oh, cool. Well, thank you. I think. But
Lucas.
I don't know anything about sports. If you can't tell by my
he's a
big
beast.
theater
He's an
fans.
awesome basketball player.
I've definitely
so
heard
it's a
of
compliment.
Luka. Yeah.
Okay.
It's a
Is he on the?
compliment.
I'm not even gonna say because
Yeah,
I don't want to be
you
wrong.
said Lakers,
but
right?
He's on the Lakers. He came over from Europe a while ago.
Gotcha.
was he the one who was on the Mavericks and there was
Yes.
the big trade that
Okay,
everybody
so you
was
know.
upset about? Okay,
that was
I was so afraid of being wrong about that, but I was like 99.9% sure I was right. So
Yep, that's Luka.
okay,
That was the one where they took the beer out of his hand, and after they won the Western Conference championship or whatever they won some type of title. I don't think it was the NBA. It wasn't because now that I think about it was like their conference championship to go to the finals, and they were celebrating. Luka had like a beer in his hand post game, and the coach like subtly like walks by and takes it out of his hand. And then there was all those, and then there was all those rumors that the reason they traded him was because they felt like he was fat and they didn't like his work ethic or whatever. But he's like the best player, like one of, if not the best player in the leagues right now. So it was a stupid trade.
Yeah.
But anyway, we don't need to get sidetracked onto that. But do leave your comment if you think I'm right that Landis looks like Luka.
Can we also just take a moment to appreciate this beautiful baby, Louise, you said?
Yeah, she finally came out of hiding.
Oh, I love her so much. I love all animals. I love dogs and cats, but I am for sure a cat person.
Me too.
so
I'm a
very
cat
happy to see
person.
Louise.
Zoe, you're a cat
Yeah.
person too, right?
Yeah, I love cats.
I don't know. It's tough for me. Like I still have that question, but I want to say like dogs and cats are about tied for me.
Mm-hmm.
Growing up on a farm, at least half the time, has made it though my two favorite animals that I've ever owned, species wise, are goats and pigs.
Goats and
because they're
pigs.
both hilarious.
Oh,
Like
yeah.
there's
They are funny.
They're
Yeah.
really entertaining, and you can train them to where like you could maybe have a pig. I feel like it would be like a lot to clean up. You couldn't have a goat inside. But I still want to ask that question.
Goats have crazy looking eyes.
They do.
I have a very dark pig story
Oh, God.
that I am not going to tell.
Yeah, thank you.
It does not have to do with me. But yeah, dark.
Better in mystery.
Yeah,
Beautiful.
we'll
Yeah,
just
we'll
let
just
our
leave-
minds wander.
We'll leave it there. So my other question, because when you were talking about the different countries and stuff, it made me think of this. I asked this last podcast too, but I just think it's a generally, like I think about this a lot, like when I'm viewing any band. So I'm curious if you guys have put thought into it on what, like if you have three colors that are like your color spectrum, smooth, that are like your color spectrum. What do you think they are? So, like, for Pale Twin, and you can look at that picture right there behind you, ours, in my mind, are black, gray, and white. Those are just the ones that give me the vibe of what our music sounds like. So it doesn't have to be the colors of your logo. It can be. But, like, I'm curious if there's, like, a color blend of three things that you guys feel like is the most representative of your band.
I'd say pink, black, yellow.
Dude, I was literally
Yeah,
exact
bump it.
to a
That's
T.
that's a
yeah.
cool combination. That's punky.
Yeah,
That's-
because it's so.
We had uniforms at one point.
Yeah.
Too,
Oh,
so, yeah.
shit.
And
Okay.
we
Yeah,
want
we
to
did
do
this whole
something
thing.
again with
Yeah.
that because it was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
But yeah, we had like a yellow and black era, and then it became like a pink and black era. And then, it's kind of, we've not done away with the yellow and black completely. And so black, yellow, pink.
Yeah, we did.
I'm gonna put your guy's name in that on the edit. Like
Take
there's-
it,
that's the colors that I'll do for the.
That's great.
Well, it's also
edit.
because our sound is so like it's such a vast array of like differences in terms of what we're all like each of us brings to the table as far as influences and stuff, and so it's just such a hodgepodge all the time, and there's nothing really pretty about black, yellow, pink, but it is kind of cool.
Yeah.
So like it is this like it's this thing like when it all comes together, it is its own thing.
It's like
You don't-
gaudy. Is
Yeah.
kind of the word that I would use.
you don't think about it being like a hodgepodge of things together.
Yeah.
But it is for us, and it's worked for a while. and it
I
keeps
like
working.
gaudy design stuff. Like,
Yeah.
When I was in high school, I went to the senior prom in a purple suit, all
There you
purple.
go.
Like just
Nice.
because
Yeah.
because fuck it. Like because I could, right? Like you
Purple's
only
a
get
nice
to do it
color.
once.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I went in a purple, like, kind of tux as well
Yeah.
to the junior prom. Yeah.
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 Like 8th grade.
I'm imagining like a Joker tux or something. But
Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, mine was purple. Like everything was.
Oh,
Purple,
it was
but
all purple? Okay.
It was lighter than the Joker purple, though.
Okay. So
it
no,
was
like orange shirt with it. No green hair.
no, it was all. It was purple on purple.
Gotcha.
Everything.
yeah, mine
Yeah.
was like, well, no, it was a gray suit, but the bow tie was purple because I was matching my date's purple dress.
Yeah.
But in my memory, I remembered it as like a purple suit, even though it wasn't quite that. But it was, it looked nothing like the Joker.
No,
Nothing.
Mine looked more like the Cat Williams one that he did in his his original huge stand-up set that he did. It's like his first big
okay.
one.
I think I know what you're talking about.
like,
yeah.
And then, yeah, I would say it was more like that than anything else. But we could pull up that image and
Putting it right here.
put it up. But so we talked about your guys' background. We talked about some of the colors and stuff like that. So how do you guys practice?
We have been. I'm not dropping the location, but we have been practicing in a warehouse in some place in Cincinnati for quite some time. It's very industrial. It's a little bit grimy. It's a little bit rusty, but we like it that way.
Yeah. It used to be in my parents' basement, and then I moved up the street from my parents and had like a little house of my own with a few roommates, and we practiced in the basement / garage of that place because it was kind of one and the same, and that was my personal favorite. I think I liked that spot. But yeah, once I moved out of there, that was no longer an option. And so now we are in a warehouse where we can be as loud as we want, as long as we want. So that's it's pretty fun for sure. We can just kind of go crazy in there, and there's some really creepy like ceramic designs and stuff that were left over by previous tenants. So I guess maybe it influenced a darker sound in some way, but it's a cool place.
It's a space that is conducive to being weird.
To writing,
which is good for us, I think.
Yeah, writing in like a not so bright warehouse room, usually at night. Yeah. Usually when the sun's gone down.
And the door only sometimes locks, so if you're looking for someone to steal gear from,
then we won't drop the location.
We will not drop the location, but
I've got the best key, and I always
he
make
does
sure to
have
lock
the best
it.
key.
Yeah.
The key that I use, the lock moves with it, so
Yeah, it's a deadbolt. You hope for the best with that. But
and we don't have a handle either. You got to kind of like stick your finger in a hole and pull the door from there. Yeah. Kind of suggestive.
I would say Ring cameras too, or some sort of hidden camera.
So this is like a shared warehouse too. So they do have cameras around, but it's very it's very Cincinnati.
We're allowed to be in this place too.
Yes, we're not just like squatting. We do pay rent, but
it's like an artist studio space where. And we're lucky enough to be on like the main level too, so we don't have to like go up all the stairs the way a lot of the bands do.
Many bands are playing here too, so like it's loud, and somebody's always
somebody's always
some
jamming.
level of punk music and all that too.
Yeah, so, it's a really cool spot.
That sounds awesome. I think
you guys already answered my question, but I was gonna ask, like, are you guys like you said, a warehouse downtown? I was thinking, like, are you like feeding some like homeless people, and they're like letting you come in and like do that at one of their shelters?
If anybody's hanging out and wants to come listen to us, I mean,
there you go.
We got it, man. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah, it's
Hey.
So I saw you guys had a full LP out.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
It had Cake on it, I believe, but
Yeah.
that wasn't the title of the
Doom
album.
Party.
Doom
Yes,
Party, that
yes.
was it.
Mm-hmm.
I always like to ask this question, especially, how did you guys record that? What was the process for that? How did you write it?
Yeah. So that album we worked on in mostly 2023, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
and kind of the years prior to some of the
Yeah.
songs, like or as early as 2021, I think, is when one of the songs was recorded.
Yeah,
Another Memory. Yeah.
Oh yeah, that is true. Yeah. Kind of just like a lot of our material that we've done since we went to White House Studios in Ludlow, Kentucky. Garrett, the producer there, longtime friend of ours, definitely understands what we're doing. He's kind of like a sixth guy in the chair, I would say.
Definitely.
He's very familiar with our sound, very familiar with who we are as people and what we stand for and what we're into. That album was it was a good blend of a lot of things we were throwing in the pot at the time. Definitely had some flashbacks to our earlier sound that we mentioned before, but it was also kind of a step forward into what we wanted to do. I'd say there's some moments on there that are probably poppier than we'll return to, but there are other moments there that were inklings of, okay, this is what we might want to do now. But it was really, the idea with that was kind of throwing a bunch of sounds together that we felt we could do well. And I don't know. I will say I think a more concrete direction came after that. But I'm really proud of what we did on that album, too. So
Yeah, and I think we're still kind of fleshing out the concrete direction and stuff. Still trying to find. Maybe it's one of those things you never fully find as a group of like,
I don't think you ever do.
Yeah.
Or it would defeat the purpose. That's part of what's so
Exactly,
great
yeah.
about music is that the door is always open on the other side of it.
Yeah, you don't want to put up 4 walls and just enclose yourself in
Yeah.
because then that's just your jail cell.
So, two things. We had a band on that did both. Was it which band was that was doing both cover and original? Was that the last? Was that? Yeah. Okay, so Dust by Monday. Okay, and we were talking about how hard I feel like that would be, like because of what you just described. I personally could not do cover songs for that reason. That it kind of takes that open door part of it out. I would have to change them a lot, where it's like technically another person's song, but just because it doesn't do the same thing for me, and to each their own. But it wouldn't do the same. It wouldn't be as fun for me.
Yeah.
Like to do something that had already been done, even if you do it really, really well. But so that, and then the studio you guys were talking about, I want to give a quick shout out as well. We recorded our last album, which is getting released. We've released singles, but it's coming out fully soon. We don't have the date yet. But we recorded that at Blacklight with Max Guerrero, and it was a very similar thing, like a 6 guy in the chair. I've worked with him for a long time. We know each other really well. So shout out to Max and Wes. Congratulations to Max. Pretty sure he just got ownership of Blacklight, so
Awesome.
Congratulations. And then we're working with them on a show again for any of the listeners on the 17th, which is going to have how many bands was it? Like 30? It's
Man.
like
Holy moly.
30 bands, 3 venues.
And I just want to say shout out to Carolyn. If you're listening to this, thank you for ordering a ticket on Instagram. That was a good
Shout out
surprise.
Carolyn.
That was a good surprise for all of us. We really appreciate you.
So what is this show you guys are talking about?
It's called New Natty.
Oh, cool.
So it's a mix of mainly like alt rock, rap, and metal
Very cool.
bands, because
Cool
that's the
mix.
main stuff that Max works with, I think.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't. You know what? I'm going to take that statement back, because he could do stuff that totally different genre that I don't
sure.
know about. But anyways, it's all people that Max has worked with or been around, except for the 3 headliners, which they are one of. So his band Young Mosh is one of the headliners, Enemy is the other, and Lantana is the 3rd headliner, and then the rest of the card was bracketed. So they gave us a certain amount of tickets to sell, and where you sold them, decides how close you land to the headliner. kind of
Oh,
thing.
interesting. Okay.
Wow.
And thanks again to everybody for buying tickets for the show for Pale Twin. Because of you guys, we are in a really good position, and it looks like we're going to be going on right before the headliner, exactly where we wanted to be. So thank you guys so much for that. But the show itself, so it's Madison Live, Madison Theater, and then I think it's the theater balcony. They said that.
The rooftop. Yeah.
Not the rooftop.
Oh, not the rooftop.
No, because it was the rooftop,
Okay.
and then they decided to move it. So, and I think they said they were moving it to the theater balcony. I'm not.
So you're talking about like that upstairs seating area, sort of?
I don't know the place well enough
Okay.
to say.
It's a cool venue. Madison Theater.
Yeah, I could see them doing like, an acoustic-y stage up there.
Yeah.
You might be able to do like a full band too. It's been a long time since I've been up there, but yeah, been to the rooftop one a lot.
I still haven't been.
We were at the rooftop the other day for a Peasant Crown show.
I've never seen a show there. I've only like hung out up there when I was like seeing a show downstairs
I've
or
been-
something.
I've
Yeah, the show was
present there for work,
downstairs.
yeah.
I just walked up there to check it out.
Oh, sick! Yeah.
Because at the time, it was still like one of the venues. So I was thinking we might be performing here. and so I just wanted to check it out.
For sure.
I've always wanted to play the rooftop, but it's just a gamble with the weather because if it rains, you got to figure that out, you know.
I played the rooftop on my birthday 3 years ago.
With this band or
No, with another band.
band? What was the other band?
Vile Sanctum.
Okay, cool.
So-
What kind of music? Kind of metal or
Death metal.
Yeah, it sounds like
death
it.
metal.
Vile Sanctum. That's very cool. Yeah.
But yeah, I played that 2 or 3 years ago. Met my girlfriend of today there
Oh,
at
nice.
the time.
Sweet.
So, good memories at the Madison Live rooftop.
Nice.
Yeah, good deal. Good deal.
Yep.
So Vile Sanctum. What were your guys' like biggest influences there? I'm a big metalhead too. So.
Definitely Pantera.
Oh, word.
My brother
Okay, cool.
is a huge Dimebag fan.
Okay.
He has like a Dean ML
Mm.
with the whole like dime thing with the headstock and the whammy bar. So he did a lot with that.
Gotcha.
But yeah, I would say everything from Pantera to Cannibal Corpse.
Kind of like grindcore or okay.
A little more on the brutal, just like
Yeah.
heavy side.
For sure.
Of,
Nice.
of things.
You into Death at all? You like Death?
I've heard some of their stuff.
Okay.
I dig some of it. I like the one drummer. What's his name? He was in Testament. He's just a beast.
I know who yeah, the guy he left before their last one, I think, right? That
Yeah,
guy?
Gene Hoglan.
Okay, yep.
Gene Hoglan.
Yeah. Chuck Schindler, if that's how you say his last name, I don't know. It's been a minute. But he as a vocalist, I'm just like, dude, insane. So good.
He's one of those. Yeah, he's a great vocalist and a great guitar player.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So,
yeah, for sure.
Gojira.
Oh, yeah. Gojiro's great too.
Gojira.
Yeah.
Love Gojira. Still love Gojira. So.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good stuff, man.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, and I can vouch for the Vile Sanctum. I mean, we met we met during the pandemic. I started going to a couple of the shows. We started basically from there on a different project, working like on and then 2 projects after that we ended up in Pale Twin together.
Yeah.
But they were it was just, I think that was always where it was going to go, but it just, we needed to try things to figure out what wasn't going to work to a certain degree. And I was just coming off I had done rap for like 10 years before we met, and I had
cool.
just put out like a shoegaze album with Andrew Bowman, another producer I want to shout out, and that's around the time we met. And so between him doing the really heavy stuff and me doing like the shoegaze, we kind of landed in the middle with Pale Twin, in a way. Not that Pale Twin is shoegaze or deathcore, but it's like, it's somewhere in the middle of where we both were, I feel like. I do have a good question for you guys. If you had to choose between, so let's just, it could be the album you have now or a future one that you have in mind, whatever album you want. But one of your albums, pressed in vinyl, custom made, so you can get colors on the vinyl, you got your artwork and it opens up into whatever, and it can be whatever you want, as good as you want it to be, or a really, really high production music video. Which one would you guys pick?
Vinyl,
because
for me, for sure.
I know it feels like it's obvious in the business sense, like it's like the video, like on the business sense, but there's a part of it that would be like, having a perfect vinyl, that lasts forever, even if it's just yours.
How many copies of this vinyl would I hypothetically have?
Well, and also vinyl's expensive, bro.
That's the thing.
We've looked into vinyl before. It's
we would love to make our own vinyl.
We have too.
Yeah,
We've also
it's
looked at
crazy.
it. It's so expensive.
If I get 200 copies of this and it's free and we can sell it as merch, then dude, I'm going the vinyl for sure. But if
That's a
it's
good
just if it's just me and it's just like a collectible, just like a novelty vinyl to have, it'd be really cool to have it. I might have to go the music video if that's the case, though. It sounds like I'm just trying to sell shit.
No,
like being like, man, I
doesn't.
only want the vinyl if I can sell a bunch of them. It's not that. But.
So, my answer, I may be the lone person. I would take the vinyl, but that's because such a huge part of all of it for me is being able to like collect it, pull it up, like this is my stuff, like that, and I'm not gonna sit here and pretend like I don't enjoy that, you know, and like I can show my daughter, you know, this is you know, this is your dad's music. I made this, and that vinyl. Like, that's the thing. Vinyl still, even though it's not popular it's popular again, but kind of as a novelty.
Yeah.
It still does, though. It's a physical object. It lasts forever. Where like, and it's tangible. You can hold it in your hand. Where, you know, streams and stuff like that don't last forever. Eventually, videos die, and stuff like that. And also, a part of the reason I say that is because, like, the videos that I tend to like, even if we're looking at it from a business standpoint, my favorite videos are the ones that are simple but done in a really good way. So, like, I could live with myself taking the vinyl to keep and then, you know, losing money to spend, but like going with a more simple approach, like a visualizer or custom animation or whatever. So I would go with the vinyl, whether it's 1 or 2. I mean, if it's 200 or something, then it's absolutely no question. But like, I think I would take the 1. And maybe that's just me, but I do love vinyl, and like I said, some of it is like the staying power. Even if you can you're having a bad day, you go pick it up. You know what I mean? It's gonna feel nice to have in your hands.
Yeah.
I really see what you're saying with that. Yeah, and I think that's a big kind of trend to, not in like the sense of like, oh, it'll like go away, but like people are starting to recognize the value of physical media and such, and kind of how like the stream aspect to it just kind of gets old after a little bit, and you know, you want to have like this thing that is something on its own and not just like this platform that you go to where everything else is, where you know, your stuff is just in this little pocket, you know. Sturgill Simpson, country artist, he just started this project called Johnny Blue Skies, and he just released a record that is not available on streaming. It's only available on vinyl. So, yeah, and I'm just like, that's really ridiculous. And we, like, I was talking with a couple of my friends about it, and we were having the debate of, like, you know, should he do that or should he not? And I kind of decided in my mind that it was really cool that he did that, you know,
You
like,
be in a good position to do it.
exactly, yeah. It'd be really funny if we did that, you know,
Yeah,
but-
it's definitely it's. I think if you were at a point in the industry where you can make a decision like that and take a stand like that, like for
Yeah.
example, King Gizzard taking their stuff off Spotify.
Yeah.
I think that's
love
so cool.
King Gizzard
Yeah.
so much. King Gizzard is my favorite live band in the
Yeah.
world.
I've heard they're incredible.
Yeah, I'm not even like super well versed on their material, but I just think being able to take the stance and be like, nah, fuck you, we don't agree with what you're doing to artists, and we don't agree with the people you're taking money from. So no, yeah, find us on Bandcamp.
Right, and I've got a King Gizzard vinyl in my collection.
Yeah.
Like,
That's sick.
But yeah, I mean, in terms of like what you're saying with media, you know, with me, it kind of like it kind of numbs you would be the word. Like the ultra exposure that everyone can have can kind of numb you to what you're actually doing.
Yeah.
You know, and I will say this, and again, everybody should handle the way they do music, if you do music, their own way. You know, like, I'm not telling anyone how to do anything, but I'll tell you that it makes a difference to me when bands have physical, like you said, I've never heard that term, but I like the physical media. Like, not, because it's all, like, we're getting merch made, we're doing all that stuff, but, like, if you look over on the table, a piece of our merchandise that's going to be available on the 17th are those cassette tapes that I'm burning.
Very cool.
Because
Yeah,
I think
cassette tapes are
I
cool.
think it sets you apart a little bit. Because when you, even if they're just CDs, like when you go to a show and a band has physical media, it kind of slightly elevates them for me than if they just like give you their information and a shirt. And there's nothing wrong with that at all. That's what most people do. But like that's why it makes it stick out a little bit when they have the CD and. Like, I'll tell you this, I want to have that because I know when I want to, like, when I'm feeling another band, and I want to spread the word, it's easier to share. Like, physical, like, check out this band, you know, and hold it up kind of thing,
have
as
a
opposed
CD.
to just sending a link, and all links look the same, right?
Yeah.
We should make tapes. That'd be cool.
Tapes, yeah.
Yeah.
I know a lot of bands out west do it too.
Yeah, that'd be a sick thing to do.
I'm on kind of the opposite side of this. I don't really care about
Fair enough.
vinyl
Fair
and
enough.
CDs anymore. But like, I get that. I get that people do like it. I know, like when you open a vinyl, you've got the whole, like all of the art and the songs and the lyrics. You can pull out the booklet. I've also seen. I don't know if you guys have ever played a show like this, but where you'll have a band come in town and they're like the shopkeeper from like Resident Evil.
What
And
are you
it's like
buying?
yeah. It's like they open like their like doors and they've got like, you know, they've got like all this like crazy cool merch. I mean, I think that's kind of cool.
Yeah.
I want to
Stuff
bring.
you would never think of.
I'm gonna bring something out since we have the cameras, just to show. I'll be right back.
Okay. Yeah.
No, okay, so you brought it up, Resident Evil. What's your favorite Resident Evil?
Favorite God.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say Resident Evil 2 remake.
Respect. Good one. I think Resident Evil 4 remake, though. Did you play Requiem yet?
I haven't played the 4 remake.
Oh, you gotta get on that. You gotta get on that.
I haven't played the 4 remake and I haven't played Requiem.
Oh,
yet.
they're both so good. I'm a huge Resident Evil fan. So yeah.
No. So 4 over Requiem.
Yeah, 4 remake I think is maybe one of the best video games ever made. But Requiem's great. Requiem is great. I love Leon, but I'm here for all Resident Evil. The first big one for me was 5. I had that on 360. Got a gold on that too.
Is that the first one that you played? 5?
Resident Evil 5, yes, it
Resident
is.
Evil
Yeah,
5.
and I know that's a controversial one. You know, a lot of people don't like the action, but I don't know. I think it feels good. I think it's fun.
I think that was the first one I played as well, and like, I mean, it got me into it too.
Yeah,
so.
and you got like the zombies with like the crazy mouth thing that comes out. The mercenaries is fun.
And that final boss fight, like in the
with
volcano,
Wesker.
or whatever,
Yeah, punching the boulder.
yeah,
Mhm,
dude.
mhm.
Yeah,
no,
that was a good one.
Yeah, for sure.
I grew up pretty sheltered, and I was not allowed to play M games.
Damn.
Yeah.
Well,
shout
it's
out,
not
Mom.
too late. It's not too late.
I'm still not allowed, dude. It's
Yeah.
crazy. No.
Mom, if you're listening, please let Ben play Resident Evil
Yeah, and
5.
then it was so stupid because my brother, my younger brother, I'm the oldest, he got to, play all the games he wanted, and so I remember I just wanted to play Skyrim. That's what I really wanted.
Yeah, and she deprived you of Skyrim?
I was not allowed to play
He did
it.
not join the Dark Brotherhood.
No,
He's a
I
good
stuck
boy.
to Zelda, and like worse
I
things
love
could have
Zelda, too.
happened. Like that's it. Like at least I was allowed to play video games, and I certainly did. But yeah, I never really got into Resident Evil, even though I would like to now, and I really should.
It's not too late.
It's not too late. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's not too
We'll
late.
be waiting.
It's
Mhm.
never too late.
There you go.
Yeah.
That's a drop.
Hey, it's the best time, I think, too,
Oh,
to
yeah.
drop in on the Resident Evil series.
Yeah, dude, there's so much. Choose your own adventure. You can't go wrong.
Silent Hill, too.
Yeah, Silent Hill's cool. I played a little bit of 2, but never finished it. I got to get back into it.
Well, like, since they remade 2.
Yeah, and I've got that. I'm like 3 hours into that, and I still have not. Oh, we got some vinyl. What we got?
Yeah, so since we had the cameras, I figured we might as well like bring out what I was talking about before.
Yeah.
And I'll show the cameras, then I'll give them to you guys. So this was the album that I was talking about by Pink
Oh,
Floyd.
the Pink Floyd one. Okay, cool.
Momentary Lapse of Reason. Right. And then I was like, again, we were talking about what's cool about vinyl. This is Wu-Tang.
Oh,
That
wow.
You can get it pressed into different colors
That's very
and shapes,
cool.
which
Yeah.
some bands do.
Wow.
That's interesting.
And then this is the King Gizzard
Yeah,
album
very
that
cool.
I got. Shout out King Gizzard. But yeah,
Nice.
Very cool.
I figured I would
I wanna.
get those out.
I wanna touch 'em, yeah.
Get the vinyl out. All I ask is you put it back the way it was.
Yeah, I'm a vinyl head for sure. I like going to record shops and getting like used records of different genres and stuff, preferably stuff that I've just not really listened to, like could be artists that I know but I've never really given a shot. So like if I found this Pink Floyd record and it was like less than $20, it was just in like the used bin, I'd probably buy this and listen to it while I'm doing dishes or something. That's kind of when I tend to break them out. But I love doing that. It's a good way to find new stuff.
For sure. Yeah.
Went to what's the place in Northside?
Shake It.
Shake It. Thank
Favorite.
Yeah, place
I
is sick.
Went there. I was always like, oh, I really want to get a record player, and I still haven't. But have you guys ever been downstairs? They got like a jazz section.
Oh, for sure. Yeah.
They got like $2 records down there.
I kind of want to gatekeep here, but their used CD section is, I have found many a treasure in there from every genre. Again, not to. Ooh, that's very cool.
Yeah, I got my record player from Shake It actually.
Do you mind holding up?
Yeah. Get that in the wall. Or you got a camera here, don't you?
Yeah, you got that.
Yeah.
361 right there.
360.
Yeah.
Julia.
Looks like something out of Fantasia.
I was trying to think of what I could sing for it. I could bum 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 ba-dum ba-dum.
Man.
What genre would you guys say King Gizzard is?
Oh, I'd say psych rock for the most part, but they do
Yeah,
a
I
bunch
can
of
see that,
different
sure.
stuff.
I gotta be honest, I've not really listened to much Gizzard, and I think that's because I don't know where to start. Because there's like so many albums. Right?
I would just start with. So the way I got into it was a friend of mine when I lived in like Oakley.
I'll hand those back to you there.
Yeah, friend of mine.
Unless, did you want to see
No,
Omer?
I'm okay. That's not.
Friend of mine in Oakley, he turned me on to a lot of different music. And I was just at his house chilling one day, and he put it in. I would say this is where to start. Is he put on just like an 40-minute, hour-long performance or something by them, where it was a live performance, but good audio equipment and well shot and stuff like that. Because I think it brings so much more when you see them do it. I mean, because they've got how many people up there? Like 9, 10.
A bunch of them, yeah.
It's a performance. Like it's not just a band playing songs, and I think they do the continuous set thing too, which is meaning like they never actually stop playing fully. At least they do that on a lot of their stuff.
Just like wind it down. That's cool.
Or yeah, they'll prelude into another intro and stuff like that. Just keep, because they have so many instruments, they'll just keep one going.
Yeah.
You know?
Gotcha. Okay. Cool.
I assume they change the set list every night then, just kind
I
of
would
jam
think.
it.
I mean,
yeah.
they probably have more songs than anybody would think, just because they're so heavily a live band. They probably make stuff up on the spot at this point. Because I don't know if it's still the case, but I know when I checked a couple years, like 2 years ago or something like that, they were the highest grossing live band in the world.
That's really cool.
They-
yeah.
Cool.
Like they were by far the most popular. Now, it's not the most popular music period, but in terms of like people are paying what to go to these live
To
shows.
attend, yeah.
Yeah, they were the highest like pool to attend in the world. So
Yeah.
that's really cool.
Similar to Grateful Dead, probably,
Yeah.
right? You know,
Yeah.
like I was lucky enough to see Dead and Company at the Sphere in Vegas in 2024, and
Nice.
that was really cool. It was like 3 hours, and with John Mayer and Bobby Weir, and Bobby Weir could barely keep up.
Yeah.
But it was so cool to see him, and he's just vibing and stuff. And there was at least one other original member too, and yeah, the 3 hour show took an intermission. Obviously, the Sphere is insane, and yeah, a lot of people tripping and shit. So
Yeah.
Yeah, it was. I'm sorry. What was the name of that? Name? Could you say the name again?
Oh, Dead and Company.
yeah, Dead and Company,
So
Grateful Dead,
Grateful Dead
essentially.
with John Mayer.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
I gotcha.
Yeah.
So what do you guys have coming up?
We've got a little bit of time off. We're recording right now. We're writing. We're really focused on kind of touring plans right now. We've got a couple buns in the oven.
Yeah, we have a new song that's hopefully going to come out sooner rather than later. It's almost done. It's taken us a little bit longer than normal, and that's perfectly fine. Some of them take a little longer. But yeah, I'm really excited to put that out. And once that one is out, we'll probably just kind of work on like an EP type thing, because we've got a few other things cooking right now too. But hard to say,
Are you still recording in Kentucky, where you said before?
Yeah.
Still with Garrett.
Still with Garrett, yeah. Shout out Trauma Illinois too.
Yeah.
That's his band.
Yeah.
Garrett's
He's a
the
very
drummer.
good drummer.
Yeah, and records on the side. So
Very sweet people.
But yeah, we're gonna keep pushing with that, writing some new stuff. Definitely looking to play outside of Cincinnati. You know, we did a little tour last year, and so something like that. You know, just on maybe even just on weekends or something. Trying to hit Chicago, Indy, St. Louis, kind of some of those directions. Michigan. So
Yeah.
that's what we got.
We're planning to go to Michigan in August.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
What part?
Battle Creek.
Battle
Okay,
Creek.
cool.
Okay.
Yeah, I
I've
think
heard good things about Kalamazoo.
It's pretty. I think it's kind of close to Kalamazoo, isn't it?
Okay.
Yeah. So my just a little fun fact for me, and then we probably got to start wrapping up, right? What time are we at? 55.
Cool.
55. So we got a couple more minutes. We usually like to stay around an hour.
Yeah,
For sure.
But just a fun fact. So my dad played baseball in college for Michigan, and so he goes up there. He's diehard Michigan. But I have never been there. I've never been to Michigan. So I'm excited. I'm excited about going up and doing this.
Nice.
I'm excited to go to Michigan because of Sam Raimi and Evil Dead.
Oh, you're an Evil Dead fan?
Big time.
Oh, dude, I love Sam Raimi. I love Evil Dead.
And Send Help, too. Did you
Yeah,
guys see
I
that
haven't
new
seen
one?
Send
Oh,
Help yet. I've heard it's phenomenal.
it's so good.
How do you feel about sorry to get you
No,
on the
no.
mic situation. How do you feel about Evil Dead Rise? Did you like that one?
I
You see
did.
that?
I thought they did it justice.
Yeah, I love that weird whole monster
Like
thing.
amalgamation of
Yeah,
different-
so
that was
cool.
just-
And the Evil Dead 2013, I love that one too. That chainsaw scene
Violent.
is insane. Yeah,
just-
I'm huge into bloody horror. so,
Yeah.
yeah.
That needs to be a
yeah.
a GIF or something.
Yeah, no, that's
That'll blow you guys up.
That
in a
and
good
the
way.
her with the tongue and the floorboard scene and the what it's like a X-Acto knife or something. I don't know, crazy.
where she like
Yeah.
cuts her. Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Crazy movies. Love those.
Another thing, real quick, because we got a couple minutes before we wrap it up. So we talked about this last time too, I think. But so we're talking about like horror act, whatever. Like,
Mhm.
so couple things that. First of all, have you guys ever seen Mama?
Mama. Like the one, yeah, with
Oh, yeah.
with Jamie Lannister's in that, right?
movie is freaky.
It was
Yeah.
Guillermo del Toro. I think he was part of it.
It's the one where like
like big.
she's all long,
And it's like a cabin in the woods
There's,
and
like,
stuff.
gods.
Yeah,
Yeah.
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 Mhm.
yeah.
I've heard of it. I don't think I've seen
That
it.
movie genuinely freaked me out. She does like the like the choking thing. That movie was fucking scary.
Dude, I've been on this J horror kick.
Oh, yeah?
Trying to go back and watch some of the classics. I watched Audition
Dude.
last night.
Love Audition.
You love
Audition.
I
Great
love that
movie.
you love that.
Great movie. There's an MCR video from their first album that is just basically a remake of Audition, but in MCR video. It's the video for Honey, This Mirror Isn't Big Enough for the Two of Us, I think.
Like first album.
Hmm, from Bullets, yeah. But no, Audition, that scene with the leg, right? It's his leg that
Oh
he...
yeah, when she gets you braces it. She's got
yeah, awesome
If
movie.
people of you have not watched Audition, go check it out. It's
Absolutely.
slow, but then it takes you on that.
yeah, but then it picks up.
Yeah.
It picks up.
I had one more thing I wanted, and this is why I like this form of it. So I've always been like a Godzilla fan.
Hell yeah, absolutely.
but-
I watched Godzilla vs. King Ghidorah last night, the 91 one.
Most people don't know that there's another form of Godzilla that's like, I don't know if I can't tell you if it's like from the same creators or not, or if it was like something they tried and then threw away, like when they first came up with the character. I don't know, but I know it was. They recorded movies about it. They call Shin Godzilla.
Oh, dude, yeah. Mm-hmm.
And it is so much scarier than normal Godzilla because it's so unnatural. Like, it starts off as like this like worm thing, and like the more destruction it causes, it keeps like transforming.
So I got
Like-
you. I can break down the whole thing for you right now.
Okay, but the one thing I wanted to say was that last form that they don't show in the movie they made, if you look it up, is terrifying. It's like a giant, like universe-sized tree of like bones and people and skeleton, like reaching up like an aformis. Like it's crazy, crazy. Like not what you would like. Way more in the horror. I feel like Shin Godzilla is almost horror, where like regular Godzilla is like monster movie action. It's.
I think not to say that Shin Godzilla is not also horror, but I think there's like the inherent horror of like. I think the original Godzilla is very much a humans are gonna do horrible things to each other, and Godzilla's kind of this like personification on nuclear power and how America did that to Tokyo in World War II. But Shin Godzilla being kind of, I mean, yes, the embodiment of that, but it's more from less about nuclear war and more about pollution.
So you said you were going to give the phases. If you
Yeah,
wanna-
yeah.
Can you?
For sure. So, well, first of all, so it's not.
And let's pull up images.
Oh,
with
yeah,
like
yeah.
well, not right
For
now.
sure,
I'm
yeah.
saying in the post editing, we'll pull up when you say Form 1, we'll pull it up,
Yeah.
and so the viewers can see it.
Cool.
Because
So-
it is wild.
Yeah.
It's wild if you've never seen it.
It's super wild. It's made by the director of that is forgive me if I butcher pronunciation, but I think it's Hideki Anno. He did if you're familiar with Neon Genesis Evangelion, it's a classic anime, very very good. One of like the pioneers of mech animes and kind of the subversion of tropes on that. But he also did Shin Ultraman, which is a reimagining of Ultraman. But the first form of Shin Godzilla is essentially like just a giant river eel that gets mutated by pollution. And a lot of this was kind of in a response. I want to say a lot of it was inspired by kind of the nuclear waste when the tsunami hit Japan in the 2010s or so, and kind of the runoff. But it was this essentially, yeah, like you said, a worm thing. It's this big old eel, and then it mutates, and they keep trying to kill it. They use all
So
these
this
weapons.
is phase 1.
Yeah, phase 1 is worm. Second one is kind of like this. It's not the full-on like crazy monster one you're talking about, but it's kind of like a stubby worm thing with legs.
There's 5. Is it 5 or 4?
I want to say it's like 4, because the third one is the one that's like the big iconic scene where
but
he
it's
does
got
the
the tiny.
yeah, he's got like T-Rex
like,
arms sort of
Yeah,
deal.
like
Mhm.
way more than the original Godzilla. Like you walk.
And it can unhinge its jaw, and it's got the big purple
and
beam.
and it just like, but it's like its beam stuff is way more relevant than original Godzilla. Like
Yeah,
it's like a
great
nuclear.
movie, too.
It's like but all right. So that's phase 2.
So phase 2 is kind of like a middle area between Big River Eel and Big Monster Guy. But Big Monster Guy with the big beam, that's phase 3. And then phase 4 is the one you're talking about, where it's like an amalgamation of all these like different humans and kind of like this crazy thing just in the
I've
middle
never
of the city.
actually seen it.
Oh, you gotta watch
I've
it.
seen it drawn, but I've never actually seen it
Banger.
animated.
Great movie. You definitely got to
But
check
I've
that
just
out.
seen like from TikTok and stuff like that online. I'm like, that is like that's crazy.
Yeah.
That's cool. But
Big
I've still
recommendation.
never actually. So
Yeah.
what is the actual movie name?
Shin Godzilla.
It's just Shin
Yeah,
God.
mhm.
I'm gonna look that up.
Yeah,
Yeah.
fantastic. Great movie.
I've never heard of Shin Godzilla, but my cousin, he's in like middle school and he loves Godzilla, so
I'll bet he knows Shin Godzilla.
he probably does.
Yeah,
And if he doesn't, I should tell him about it and really freak him out and make my aunt mad. Probably.
Yeah,
It
there's-
sounds really scary.
It is.
And-
it's
and-
definitely more disturbing than.
It sounds really cool. Yeah, I've never been able to get into Godzilla, but that sounds awesome.
My dad raised me on Godzilla, so I'm
Yeah.
through and through. Yeah, but yeah.
So before we wrap up, do you guys have anything left that you want to plug? Anybody you want to shout out? Anything like that?
We're playing Motor May 2nd with Draven and the Ravens.
Forgot, but
Yeah.
I'm happy to do it. Yeah, I love Motor. Motor's one of the.
You're busy that night.
Yeah,
and
I'm busy doing that.
Yeah.
But okay, yeah, Motor on May 2nd.
Mhm.
Okay.
I think that's a Friday, if I'm not mistaken.
It is. It is.
It is? Okay.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
Yeah, that's coming up. Yeah, like we said, hopefully a new song is going to be released very soon here. So be on the lookout for that, and hopefully some announcements of touring plans, trying to get in some cities within the region, and lots of fun there. So shout out the future.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Shout out the
future.
All right. Well, I guess we'll call it right there.
Great. Well, thank you for having us.
Yeah, thank you
Yeah.
guys. A lot of fun.
No, we appreciate you guys coming on.
Thank you for coming out.
Of course.
Of course, yeah.
Till next time.
Yeah.
Twin Tuitions 11. Peace.
Peace.
Spiral